to the 31. This running game, and they know that, it helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. Here's Rosen. And that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Play action here with Rosen. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards on the play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big conversion there for the Rams on 3rd down. 44 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. A handoff to Fournette. And now running right through it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary side. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Aaron Donald in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. From midfield now, here's Rosen. Throw left side complete. That's Cole. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cole. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Detroit!
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
To me, that's a terrific run on first and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Josh Rosen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are in for 6. Gostkowski with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here. Now the Rams offense, they worked their way back on the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Akeem Hicks in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Rosen. And he'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Josh Rosen 0 for 2 as a UCLA Bruin on this field. Never could beat USC, but he's got the lead here, and he's got a first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. In for the score. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Gostkowski the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And the Rams now coming out on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Get down, 185. 58,
On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. On second down, Rosen. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Samson Abuka leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. The Cardinals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Flushed out right. Over the middle, complete. That's Cole. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Detroit!
From the gun, it's Rosen. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. They go play action. It's Rosen. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. This quarterback now 10 of 10 to start the game. How about that? As he comes up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Now Rosen. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Rosen again on 2nd and 10. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Final play of the half here. It's Rosen. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Rob Gronkowski in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Extra point good by Gronkowski. And it's now 21-0. Gronkowski now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Powers through. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because We often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of...
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Well, they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gostkowski with the extra point. And it is 28-0. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They go play action here on 1st down. On the crossing route, complete. It's Woods. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
We got three, fellas.
Now Carr on the bootleg. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And now they'll take a knee here. And my partner now is speechless, and so am I. And surprisingly, they take a knee. I have no idea why they would take a knee, but they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And a curious play call here to say the least. Thought it might be a trick, but no, he actually goes down to a knee. Here's Brett Kern now, standing right around the midfield stripe. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at that time, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Oh, and now some space to operate. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot.
Fournette, a first down carry. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of 10. Back now in Los Angeles. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Detroit! Gun!
Now Leonard Fournette. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. And this Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on second and goal.
Four down, check. Hut.
And they take a knee. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
Hey, four down. Hut.
And they will take a knee here. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Now, you wide 88.
Carr now on first down. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Robert Kimdichie in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a play fake. Carr. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. The pitch to Fournette. Oh, a heck of a move. Man. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that +3.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Again, it's Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Throwing his car on third down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 24. And he will be out of bounds here with zeros on the clock as this ball game is over. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is. And what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for Arizona, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for L.A., they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.